How's it going? This is the Only Chef Randy, and I'm right back at it again. And like I promised you yesterday, today we bake. So today, angel food cake was starting with. So I got my pan here. I got it nice and buttered up. You can use Crisco. You can use pan spray. That works too. Usually, angel food cake is made in a bundt cake, and that's just going to be a cake pan that has those. That has a hole in the middle. I don't have one of those, so you can just as easily make it in a cake pan like this, and you can make two of them. This is a recipe for one of these cake pans. If you double it, it'll make two of those cake pans, and then you can make a nice little cake with a whipped cream middle. Maybe we'll do a class on that, but for right now, we're just learning how to make it. So, very simple. In the mixer, I have my 7 egg whites. I have a third a cup of sugar. I have 3/4 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar, and I have 1/8 of a teaspoon of very fine salt. You want to use very fine salt so that it doesn't tear up the egg whites, and that they come to a soft peak, which is what they're at right now. I spared you the noise of the KitchenAid. Got them already whipped up, ready to go. And what you're looking for is like a marshmallow-like consistency. I mean, it's a meringue, essentially, is what it is. And I'll show you how we're going to mix that into our flour and sugar. So whatever the recipe calls for, whenever you make an angel food cake, you're always going to want to save half of the sugar. Okay, so half of the sugar goes into the flour, and half of the sugar goes into the egg whites to help it get that meringue-like consistency. Now, you want to take your flour, which is a half a cup here, and then 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar, and we're going to sift it into this bowl. The reason we're sifting it is the same reason why we want to use fine grade salt, is so that we don't tear up the egg whites. There we go. And see, we don't want those big, large pieces of sugar, because that'll create a gritty consistency, and we're going for very, very smooth here. Okay. Now, you're going to take your egg whites. It's a very simple recipe. You just whip these up. Now you're going to take your egg whites, and you're going to add them to your flour and sugar, but you're going to add half at a time and fold it in. Now, if you don't know how to fold, I'm going to show you. Now, sporting the winter hat today. It's a little chilly in Texas. Now, I'm going to get it so that the egg whites kind of cover that flour, and then I'm going to go from the bottom, and this is how I'm going to mix it in. Now, it's a little bit of time consuming, okay? We're just folding it in. It's a little bit time consuming, but the end result is worth it. And we're just looking to make sure that we incorporate all that egg white and that flour remains nice and smooth while we're doing it. And I just go around the bowl, constantly mixing and folding. And you notice I go around the bowl and I fold over. It's very important because you don't want to let the air out of those egg whites. That's what's going to make your cake rise and be a nice, beautiful looking cake. All right. Folding. Now, once I see that mostly all the flour is out, and see how it's coming to be like a cake-like consistency already? We don't want it that thick though, so we're going to add the rest of our egg whites. All right. Beautiful. Want all those. Because the more egg whites you have, the airier your cake is going to be, and that's what sponge cake is. So that's why I can eat like 5 slices, because it feels like you're eating nothing. And you'll notice with this second half, as I'm folding it, your cake batter is going to become a lot smoother. And that's because there's more room for the flour to disperse into the egg white. See how smooth that got? It was looking a little lumpy, and now it's looking perfect. So I'm going to scrape the bottom, make sure I got all that ingredient incorporated. Look how that came together. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want. That's what you're looking for right there. Now, I have my oven preheated at 325. This takes about 45 minutes to cook. And I'm not going to spare you guys with me speaking about it for 45 minutes. So, well, I am going to spare you. I apologize. That was the wrong word there. But I will film another video when it comes out showing you the final product. And you're just going to spread it around. This is going to be nice. And you'll notice this cake right here is going to come right over the top of this pan when it's done. And I haven't done angel food cake in a while, so I'm pretty excited about it. I haven't decided whether I'm going to bring it to work yet or if I'm just going to eat the whole thing myself. It's always a possibility with me. And I'm just going to make sure that it's nice and smooth over the top. So we get a nice even golden brown. There we go. And we're going to pop that in the oven, like I said. So, come back. I hope you like a little lesson. Super simple, super easy. One of my favorite desserts to do and always a crowd favorite. So, by all means, take it upon yourself. Make it from scratch. Don't buy a packet because it's always better when you do it from scratch. This is the only Chef Randy signing off. Angel Food Cake.